Greetings to all Metroid fans. Today, the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond game is now out and you'll be able to play this game into your PC. And if you're interested in playing this game now, then it's the perfect video for you to watch. But first of all, what you need is that you will need to have all of these files here. So these are the Eden Emulator, the latest build, the latest firmware, and Nintendo Switch keys. Okay, you get this from your Nintendo Switch keys, and also the XCI file format or NSB file format of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So before you follow this guide, I need you to agree that you have already purchased a legal copy of Metroid Prime 4 or that you have pre-ordered the game. So we do not support piracy here. I hope that you buy the game, you have a legit copy of the game, and you have digitally back it up into an XCI or NSB file format. And once you have this and you have a Nintendo Switch, then you can follow through the guide now. So first of all, what you need is that you will need to open a web browser and just type in Eden Emulator in it and hit search. The first result, the result that you need to go to is to edenemu.dev. So click on that, then click on the download button, and then Eden Emulator works for Android, Linux, Mac OS, and Windows, but in this video tutorial, we'll be focusing more on Windows. So click on download for Windows, and then this is the latest build of Eden Emulator. Just hover down below to the lower section, and then look for something that is called Eden Windows AMD 64 MSVC standard zip. That is the file that you need to download, so be sure to download it now. So since I already have this file, I'm just gonna skip on this part because I have this already downloaded. So I'm just gonna open that one, locate on that folder, and then the next step that you need to do to install Eden Emulator is just to create a new folder, name it Eden Emulator, and then open the zip file that you have downloaded, and all you have to do is just to copy all the files inside the Eden zip file, drag and drop, copy and paste these files into the Eden Emulator that you have created, and then open that folder that you have created now, and then just double click on the Eden application file to run the emulator itself. But since I have already installed this one into a different drive, so I'm just gonna delete this one because I have it. So that's how easy you can install Eden Emulator into your PC. Just install it into an SSD. So I'm just gonna close this now, delete that, and then the next step now is and I'm gonna assume that you have Eden Emulator, so open that Eden Emulator into your PC. So this is how Eden Emulator looks like when fully optimized and set up, but for you it will look empty, and if this is your first installation, you will need some certain files to be installed in Eden Emulator. And what are those files? These are the files that you need. So again, you need the Nintendo Switch keys, which you got from your Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch firmware, and both should be in version 20 in order for it to detect and play Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and XCI or NSB file format. Now, if you're asking me on how to get all of these files, the most legal way to do this is that you own a Nintendo Switch console, which you have fully modded and have installed a custom firmware. Because if it has a custom firmware, that means that you have full access into your Nintendo Switch system files. And once you have access on those, all you have to do now is just copy all of the Nintendo Switch keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware into your PC, just like mine here. And in order for you to get the game, there's no other way around this. Again, please do purchase the game legally, own the physical copy, and digitally back it up. So for those who don't know how to mod or install a custom firmware, but you own a Nintendo Switch and you own the game, you have purchased it or pre-ordered it, then you don't know how to convert your files into digital files such as mine. So I'll just prepare a mobile phone and scan this QR code here into your QR code reader into your mobile phone, so that you will be redirected to the page wherein you can get all of these files. Once you're in the page, be sure to follow all of the instructions inside so that you can get all of these free files. And once you have them, transfer them into your PC. If you have downloaded them to your phone, be sure to transfer them via Bluetooth to your PC or into USB. So I'm just going to assume that you have these files now, so let's install them. So open Eden Emulator again. So the first thing that we will need to install is the firmware of the Switch. So just go to Tools, then go to Install Firmware, install from the zip file. The next step is locate on that firmware file. You can put it anywhere into your PC, but as long as you know where they are. So here is mine. So I'm going to click on that, hit open, and then Eden Emulator will try to install this firmware file. Okay, let's wait for a bit. Hit OK. Now the next step is to install the Nintendo Switch keys. So just go to Tools, Install Description Keys, then create a new folder, name it Keys, and then this is where you put the files. So open the zip file that you have downloaded, and then just drag and drop the product keys and title keys inside. But for you, this folder will be empty. For me, I have to replace it. So just select product keys first, hit open, and hit OK. Go back to Tools again, install description keys, and then click on the title.keys, hit open, hit OK. So now your Eden emulator is now fully optimized, fully installed with the necessary files to play Switch games. You'll know that it's successful because if you have Switch games into your PC, it will now be detected and it will show you their game icons, such as mine here. Now for the next step is that we will need to optimize our Metroid Prime 4 Beyond game so that it will run smoothly into our PC. And to do this, just go to Emulation and in Configure. Now in this part, be sure to pause the video and copy every setting that you see here. So these are my settings for the General tab. So click on Hide, check for updates, and always Ask as default. Again, pause the video and copy everything here. System. So you can change the region and language to anything you like. The device name is the name that you want to put. Then multi-core, limit speed percent to 100%. The RAM should be in 4 GB RAM, but some games might require 8 GB. Now go to CPU, just set to auto, graphics, the most important part. So the graphics API we're using is Vulkan. The device is our dedicated graphics card. At least if you have a GTX 1060, you'll be able to play Switch games easily. Please do check that use persistent pipeline cache and use asynchronous GPU emulation. And please do pause the video here and copy every setting you see here. So here in the resolution scale, scale is where you can change the resolution of your game. So if you have a lower end of a PC, you have lower specs, then you can change this to 1x resolution so you don't have performance issues. But if you have a better PC just like mine, you can go for 1440p and 4K resolution or higher if you have a very big monitor. But for me, 2x resolution is the best because that's my monitor resolution. Now go to Advanced tab. So again, pause the video and copy every setting here. So these are the settings that you need to follow and change. And they're in here. Just do to follow the check marks. And once you're done, go to audio settings. And everything here is set to auto. And then in stereo mode, and then in 100% volume, you can change this to whatever you like if you want to. Now go to controls. So it is better to use a controller rather than mouse and keyboard when playing Switch games because keyboard and mouse is really a hassle. So please change this into Pro Controller. Connect your Xbox or PlayStation controller here or your Nintendo Switch Pro controller, map them up according to liking, but the dead zone should be changed into 20% so that if your controller is drifting because you don't have a magnetic controller, then you have to change the dead zone here to fix the drifting issue. Once you're done, hit OK. And now, congratulations! Your Eden emulator is fully optimized to run and play any Nintendo Switch game such as the all-new Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So, a little bit of disclaimer, I will not be able to show you guys the gameplay of this game running into my PC because we all know how strict Nintendo is and they hate this kind of content. So if I showed you a gameplay, then my channel will be taken down and my videos will be taken down. And I hope you guys do understand. But as long as you have followed all the steps that I've shown you, you'll be able to get the necessary files to play Metroid Prime 4 Beyond into your PC as long as you meet the system requirements of Eden emulator. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of this game, then just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer all of them as fast as I can. Thank you for watching, see you next time, and goodbye for now.